Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the SMA Journey 51 series. Okay guys, today I'm going to be answering question number 11 in the Practical Problem series. And the question goes on to read, in an earlier video, you stated that you made the decision to go with the colostomy instead of sitting on the toilet. You said this changed your life for the better. I'm having difficulties understanding why you would make the statement that something like a colostomy would change your life for the better. To me, justifying this radical procedure would be very difficult, given that your house is set up to handle your personal needs. Can you explain your reasoning in making this drastic change in your life? Also, can you list the pros and cons with regards to your decision? Okay, so this is a great question. And this video is going to take me a little longer than some because I want to go into detail as to why I made this decision. So please watch this video because I think a lot of you might actually benefit from this procedure in your life, if not now, maybe at a later date. Before we begin though, I want to give you a definition of what a colostomy really is. So on your screen, you're seeing Wikipedia's definition, and it goes on to read, a colostomy is a surgical procedure in which an opening, or a stoma, is formed by drawing the healthy end of the large intestine or colon through an incision in the anterior abdominal wall and suturing it into place. This open, in conjunction with the attached stoma appliance, provides an alternative channel for feces to leave the body. It may be reversible or irreversible depending on the circumstances. Okay, so let me explain what they mean by reversible and irreversible. When I had my procedure in 2008, my doctor and I sat down and decided to make my procedure reversible. And even though I'm going to keep my colostomy for the rest of my life, we decided to make it reversible so if something ever happened, say in another 10 or 15 years, I'm able to get up and walk. We can go back in and the doctor can reattach the large intestine together and I can start going to the bathroom like I did before I had the procedure performed. Now, irreversible, this procedure is usually left for those that have cancer that have to make it irreversible, so they'll keep it the rest of their life, or somebody that's toward the end of their lifespan and it wouldn't be feasible to make this a reversible procedure. So again, that's the difference between reversible and irreversible. Now that we know what a colostomy is, what I want to do now is show you a picture of what a colostomy would look like with regards to the procedure itself and your body. What you're seeing on your screen now is a blown up image of what a colostomy really looks like. Everything that's in the brown color is your colon. On the left hand side, which is really on the right side of your body, because remember, you're looking at the front view of somebody as if they were standing in front of you. But on the left side of the image, this is called the ascending colon. And that's what goes from the bottom to the top. Then from left to right, this is called your transverse colon. And then from the top down to the bottom is called the descending colon. So it's in the descending colon is where the doctor will go in through a surgical procedure called a macroscopic procedure, where they actually take 3 little holes in your stomach and they go in with all of their instruments and they'll cut the large intestine in half right there toward the bottom part of the descending colon, and they'll bring the part of the colon out to the exterior part of your stomach, and this is called the stoma. And then the appliance, or the colostomy bag shown in the picture, this is what attaches to your skin, and this is what collects the feces. So instead of the feces going all the way down to your rectum, it comes out of the stoma, which is on the exterior part of your body. So even though that the other portion of your colon is not attached, it's still a living, breathing organism, and that way, if they do decide to make this a reversible procedure, they can go back in at a later date and reattach the colon where they brought it out to your stomach wall. So that's really what it looks like with regards to the colostomy. Now, one of the questions was, how did I justify this procedure? Why did I have this done? I started working for Mobil Oil back in 1992, and they were a great company to work for. They built me a private bathroom where my father could come up there every day during his lunch hour and help me go to the bathroom. He was able to pick me up and put me on and off the toilet, put me on a changing table, or it was actually a workout table that they provided for me, and he could help me get dressed and back in my chair. And we did this while I worked for ExxonMobil. But in 2005, when I retired, we started talking about having this colostomy done. We had originally talked about it in 1992, but given the fact that both of my parents were still healthy, I was able to, live with the fact that my father could come up there and help me go to the bathroom. But when my mother passed away in 2008 due to Alzheimer's, my father and I decided to go ahead and do this procedure because my father was starting to show early signs of Parkinson's. And it was getting very difficult for him to pick me up, put me on the toilet, get me dressed and back in my chair. And sometimes we were doing this 2 or 3 times a day. The colostomy allowed me the freedom of being able to not have to worry about going to the bathroom. I could go out with friends and family. I could go to a Ranger game, a football game. I could go out to eat. I could really leave the house without being a prisoner of my own home. And really, that's what I was becoming. Because before the colostomy, I was always scared that if I went somewhere and had to go to the bathroom, I would have to leave and come home immediately. And after you do this 2 or 3 times, it really begins to be a pain in your life. It really starts interrupting you spending your life the way you want it. So with my father, he wasn't excited about me going through this procedure, but he also knew the benefits of it. And so the doctor that I spoke to in 1992 was still practicing when I decided to have this procedure. We sat down again, we talked about it, and we decided to go ahead and go through this procedure. And the doctor that I used was great. One of the reasons why I said that this may be beneficial for you, and I'm not saying that you should go through this procedure, but if you're like me and you were a prisoner of your own house, you know what it feels like not to be able to get out and do what you want to do. And so my doctor understood this and was very agreeable with me and really was just a godsend for me. My doctor was fantastic. He worked with me for about a year, making sure that I was making the right decision. It's not like I went to the doctor and had this procedure done the next day. This was over the course of 6 months to a year that we discussed it. He showed me where the colostomy would go. I talked to an ostomy nurse, which specializes in colostomies, and we talked for quite a while. So I was really ready to go through this procedure. Now, with regards to pros and cons, again, I've already talked about the pros. I'm able to leave the house now, and I don't have to worry about going to the bathroom. Some of the cons when I first had the procedure done was just making sure that I kept the surgical site clean, make sure that my skin was always clean so I wouldn't get any infections. And this is something that I still do on an ongoing basis every day. I make sure that I keep my body healthy. I make sure that I keep my body clean, especially around the stoma, so I don't get any infections. And if I continue to do this, I really shouldn't have any problems at all. If you're thinking about going through this procedure, my recommendations would be get to a good colon rectal surgeon and talk to him and tell him what you want to do and really think about this procedure. About a month after I had my procedure done, I really sometimes even questioned why I did it. But as time went on and my body healed, I really knew that I made the right decision. So if you're thinking about it, see a colon rectal surgeon, discuss the options with them, and see if this would be a benefit to you. You might be surprised. Hey guys, I hope I answered this question for you. If I did, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow me on my other social media sites. The links are down in the description below. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you, and until next time.